You're listening to ArTEEtude, a podcast with artists created and produced by Detlef Schlich, a visual artist and ritual designer, living and loving in West Cork, and best known for his essay about the cause and effect of shamanism, art and digital culture. Working in the field of performance, photography, painting, sound, installations, and film, he will dive and discover with us and a weekly creative guest into the unknown and exciting deep ocean of the creative mind.
This is Detlef Schlich, and today we dive into the unknown and excited deep ocean of the creative mind together with Phil Woff, an old comrade in crime for me from Cologne. He moved over to Spain in his 40s. Actually, so we have that in common. He moved to Spain in 40s, as he was 40, in the age of 40, and I moved to Ireland. That we have that in common. We have in common that we both don't have a driving license. I would ask him as well a little bit about that. It's quite funny. And we have in common that he married my girlfriend. Yeah. It's still quite funny. No, that's good.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, don't worry about that. Yeah, that's quite cool. So what we did in the first part, we went back into Phil's past in Cologne a little bit and tried to evaluate to figure out what is the inspiration and what makes somebody to perform and so on and on and on. And Phil, he used to perform up from 6 years more than less up to his 40s. Yes. Before he came over to Spain, and I mean. It was. I still know that it was quite hard in Cologne as well. And I mean, yes, as a performer making money with art and performance and music is still difficult. So I would say we're gonna start. First of all, hi Phil.
Hi, hello everybody. And, have a good day.
Yeah, and I would say so. Let's start with this thing. Or with Spain at the beginning. I mean, what was your decision?
Yeah, the thing was, I told you last time. I told you I had tuberculosis and so on. Yeah. And with 40 years, I felt suddenly very old, and I said, and I had the chance to move to Spain because of my ex, and I said, if I don't do that now, I will probably never do it. Yeah. So. We went there, we had help from my ex-wife's family. That was a nice thing. We had a super nice finca, a little one, but with a lot of ground. Yeah. And then the music has stopped immediately. I didn't know anyone. I didn't even speak Spanish. And
all right.
the Spanish don't even speak English, so it was not easy.
So you moved over with her into a house, or did you live with her?
We rented a little finca that was renovated because of the family. They had connections. So
all right, yeah.
It was completely new, renovated. There were no plants, nothing, some old trees. Nice. I was planting a lot of stuff. And the first year in Spain, I was just gardening. I made fields, I made tomatoes and broccoli.
So you were probably...
You do. I tried everything.
Sounds great,
Then I got chickens and goats, goats, dogs, cats, whatever you can imagine. And then after 2 years, I met a bunch of Italian guys. They were looking for a singer. My ex-mother-in-law said, hey, go to these Italians. They are looking for someone to play. Yeah. I said, okay, let me go there. And that became a long-term relationship. We started a band called We Are Coming. Yeah. And we made 3 records, and we just flashed the whole island up and down. And we went to Germany, we went to Norway, we went everywhere.
Yeah. So in your 40s, 41?
Yes. 40. When I 42, I started with the band, and then boom.
Yeah.
For about 2 years, nothing. It was so frustrating. When I went with my ex-wife to, I don't know, in a bar, they were all talking and laughing, and I was sitting there like, what? What are you laughing about?
Yeah.
So then I learned Spanish. Yeah, I learned it on the street. I never had any class or something. I watched a lot of Spanish television to learn, blah, blah, blah. And then since I was able to talk and to understand, I immediately, and I got my name here. First, I was the the stranger, and then I became Phil, and then I was accepted, So.
Sure. And you started already with this Italian, with the Italian musicians together.
And as a German, when you come here first,
yeah,
this is, the weather, the ocean. I always wanted to live under where palm trees grow,
I know. I mean, it was my dream. Furthermore, it was my dream as well, going to Mallorca. And as at the time, as I was writing for the German television, plan was as well, it would be nice to have good contracts and a finca and all that, But I mean, eventually, so yeah, I mean, I know as well. We have a couple of common people as well who are living there. I mean, a lot of people from Cologne moving over to Mallorca, isn't it? As well as English people. I mean, or here from Cork. I mean, it's very easy to get a flight over there.
That's it. It's very super easy to come here, and I met a lot of people from everywhere around the world when I was playing here.
Yeah, sure.
Especially in the main city in Palma, there was this club called Jazz for Your Club.
You used to play there very often, no?
People from everywhere, and that were good times here on the island. But now it's closed, and it will never reopen again.
No, you don't think so?
No, because they sold the whole building to make a hotel. Plunge down.
So how often did you play in this jazz?
The thing here is, the difference here is, for example, when you play somewhere, you're always getting paid by the owner of the bar, the club, or whatever. The people here are not used to pay entrance. They go and enjoy music for free. That means the bar owner orders the music.
It is here the same. Here the same. Pass the hat as well.
Yeah, and I mean, and you know what? Like me, I have no car. I take the bus from Campos, where I live, to the main city. I already give 10 euros just for the bus.
How did you get back?
And the buses don't go back at night. The next bus goes back in the morning, so I have to stay all night in Palma City.
And getting pissed.
I come back home. Then you come back home, you have 30, 40 euros in your pocket, and you've been out all day. Okay, if you have this like I did 3-4 times a week, you get your money. The good thing were the private events. Then you really get money, if you really
for weddings and all that, no?
Yeah, weddings and birthdays and this kind of stuff.
And that was always the hope that things like this would appear oftener.
That was what was keeping me really alive from the money side, these private events.
And you still did your painter thing, didn't you?
Yes.
Did you still painting?
Yeah. First, yes, but when I went 50 something, I realized I have to choose what am I going to do, because can you imagine you wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, prepare yourself, you go to work as a painter, painting houses on the ladder here, painting roofs or whatever. So 8 hours or more, coming back, taking a shower, dressing yourself as a rock star, taking the bus, going to Palma de Mallorca, start playing at 1 o'clock in the night, come back at 5 in the morning, and at 7 you have to be back painting. I could not do that anymore. My body said no. So I had to choose what to do. And as I was born as a musician, the decision was very clear. Whatever it may cost me, I cannot stop music and spend the rest of my life just painting houses. No.
It's very difficult.
So I changed that. So the money went less and less and less because I didn't have a second income. And then,
How did you survive? That was probably very difficult, wasn't it? Because Spain, they don't
Yeah.
have such a social system like in Germany or like in Ireland.
No. Yeah, I always had the luck. Like you said, I had side jobs which were not so heavy,
Yeah.
And during the daytime, 4 hours, half-time jobs, little things here, little things there. So that helped me a lot. Yeah. With music, no, not possible.
Yeah, and I know. That I think it's everywhere the same.
Yeah.
That it's we have here so many creative people. Really very good people, but they're going. They're going as well older. If you if you once turn the 35 years, it becomes more difficult to really to
That's the thing.
still. Maybe you get a job like you and everything now as cover band, but really coming out. So I decided actually in my 30s I had my record deal with Klotwig Musik, and I thought, okay, so we made 7 songs, and I said, okay,
Yeah.
if I really get with these songs further, and because I'm not very stress resistant,
Yeah.
so I might probably survive it with amphetamine or whatever, so, and after some 40 or 50,
That's the thing. You get to that point,
if I'm 40
you
or
have
50,
no choice.
if I'm 40 or 50, I'm gonna go in rehab.
This is
So that was already my plan, but this never ever happened because I got my tinnitus with 33, and I decided no way, I can't do that anymore. It's my nerves are but you seem to be very stress resistant. You made it then as well, getting up in the morning after a half week and still painting and all that.
Yeah. When the others were partying, I was working for a little amount of money, and spend a lot of time for 2 hours concert or 1.5. I was away the whole day from home.
And your gigs used to be very, 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 very exhausting. But it kept you fit.
That's another thing. I cannot go half, I cannot say, okay, it's just make la la la. When the music starts, it starts, and I give 100%, whatever I have, whatever it is. Even I may be sick or whatever, no problem.
Yeah, the audience is probably always happy. Robert's a friend of mine.
This is what it was always keeping me alive, to see the reaction. Like I told you before, I started with these Italians. We played for 18 years together.
Wow.
And we had here this.
Up
we have
to
a name
now
here.
to COVID.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And we had our name here, and we still have. So to get some work and the good, well-paid things, private or fiestas in the town, and so you were always booked there. So it was okay,
Yeah.
But no. Then the thing is, because we are in the present, when you are doing that, playing everywhere, I felt like a clown.
Yeah.
The art was missing. I was repeating the whole damn shit every day, the same songs every night, without any change in month and month and month. I said, no, I cannot.
That's depressing,
do that.
Isn't it?
I cannot do that anymore. This is I prefer to do a good job to get good money for, because this is not like making music. I'm just like a ping, 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 and that's it.
And just okay. Some people they can get they get over that, and they say, okay, so I'm a performer, and performing is my life, and they do it without thinking. And I think it was probably for a certain time was it okay for you, but if you're getting older, your level and your standard changes as well.
I didn't feel like an artist anymore. I was just like doing a job. And I love to be creative, play with people.
Did the people realize that, or did you
No,
get over your shadow all the time?
Mallorca, they just love what I'm doing, and they come all the time, and they get exactly what they want. They want me to be the Mick Jagger or the Prince or the whatever. La, la, la. No,
Okay,
if
Mick
I go
Jagger.
to a theater,
So which alter egos do you find in yourself? It's Mick
Willie
Jagger for sure.
DeVille, yeah,
Millie
yeah,
DeVille, Prince. I would
and
say
Mick Jagger,
David Bowie.
yeah, Mick Jagger, David Bowie, yeah,
Mick
these
Jagger.
kind of things.
Who else?
I had a second band here. It was a real cover band,
Yeah.
all young people.
Yeah.
And it was also super successful because but this I did on purpose. This We Are Coming band we started as a real band. We played our own stuff and we became just like a cover band playing La La Fiestas. No?
Yeah.
But the other band was just made to do that.
Yeah.
And even there, I made my own versions of every song. We did
sure.
one to one.
That helps as well. Yeah,
this
is nice.
Very nice.
I mean, sure. I mean, you see, dear listeners. I mean, the big dream, and moving to a different country, and having a good life as a musician. But it is very difficult. You have to quit with a lot of habits, and you have to live as well on a low standard. Yes. You have to feel like a minimalist. You have to deal with depressions. We have to find always ways to get out of these depressions. Fortunately, we artists, we creative people have the art, and the art can give a lot of things back as well. So I mean that's and I want to see you. I mean, you're still fit with your 60-something years, and which is great. So, I mean that is. I was wondering how it is with other musicians in Spain as well. Like there is. I know a couple of other people. They are living there and doing music. Do they struggle on the same way like you?
The thing is, when you're Spanish, it's easier. You have other contacts. You're always the first one. When you're not from Spain, it's difficult.
Yeah,
it's completely different. It's not an open international. Yes, okay, I did it and I made it and I made me my name, whatever. But it cost me a lot of energy, a lot of money, and a lot of I don't know what. Here the problem is, for example, when you live on an island like here. Yeah. The first, I have to play a lot to get a little bit of income. Yeah. But the more I play, the less the people come. They say, "Oh no, tonight I'm not going there. Playing tomorrow there." So
you see
so I mean, I don't have to go tonight. I can go next day.
I mean, you have that problem everywhere. I mean,
after the time
after a while you get sick about the musicians. It could be perfect. I mean, I had a chat with Stuart Wild. He's a musician from here, and he used to work as a stage monkey. He said from his own, so as a roadie in Dublin, and then was as well for Red Hot Chili Peppers. So and I told him, "And did you see them?" So I said, "No, you were sleeping."
Yes.
You see, I mean, there is oversaturation in everything what you have. It seems in art and we live in a world, in a place now where we have overpopulation, where people via YouTube and fortunately can be easier creative, which is I mean, it's great for young people. It's perfect. It's lovely.
Yeah, klar.
But the illusion that you really can get famous with that is very, 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 very tiny. And I think that we are creatives nowadays. We have to think out of the box, and we have to, and that's what I'm gonna do with my podcast. So I mean, I'm a visual artist, but the institutions, they're not really helping me because there are so many visual artists that
that's the problem.
There's no money.
You have to do everything by yourself, and you have no guarantee that people really watch or hear it.
Yeah.
In the old days, when you had a record deal, you had a company. They said, "Go there, do this, bam, we make this and that and that." Now I do all my stuff alone. Records, I bring them out on Spotify and wherever and blah blah blah. Yeah, but all I get is likes. But the sales, that. Oh, I like what you do. Super.
Yeah.
10 cents for every here. Wow. then I would not have any problem, you know.
Yeah, and that's and here I have to say as well, now on the second part again, so I have to make advertisement as well a little bit for my stuff. So I started, in order to find alternative ways, I started a podcast, ceramic mug editors collection, a restricted one, and I started with a web shop now because I can't survive as well with just my artwork, you know, on a regular way, you know. So you really you have to look into merchandising, and I mean, fortunately, I'm very good in designing and painting and I mean, I consider myself as digital shaman, so I'm able to get all the streams together, the sources, and creating something new, you know. But that was a long way and a long research to do that, and which doesn't mean that I still make money with it, you know. So I mean, that's I'm still far away from that, you know. But we are artists, and we still have to find ways to stay creative, isn't it?
You know, what I'm doing now, for example, is I produce other people here in my little home.
And if something
they
happens,
also don't have much money, but when they are now, I'm making music with three ladies. They are super. They are, I would say, not professional, but they are artists. They make music with everything to touch, you know, pom pom, and they sing. Three of them, beautiful. And I said, okay, ladies, I will do that. They come here next Sunday. They come back. We make a few songs so that they have something to produce. We make a video, and so.
Like what you hear so far? Make sure you never miss a show by clicking the subscribe button now. This podcast is made possible by listeners like you. Thank you for your support. Now back to the show.
And I get minimum some amount for doing the thing, you know.
It's nice.
You know, when they come here, they bring something to food. They bring food and drinks, and everyone gives me a little bit more money. So
it's nice, and I mean, it is about the network, isn't it?
And it's creative, you know, to see them doing that, and they learn. I'm like a teacher then, you know. I teach them how to sing with a microphone, how it works, and this and that. So it's good. If I'm good to get more jobs like that. Even now, like here, you know, online, you can do this even online.
Yeah, I think you should start. I don't know. You should start probably more than as well to get into this online thing.
But the problem is always, like, you know, that we are not the only ones. There are thousands of other people out there trying to do what we do or something similar, and so to get the people to your site and make them regular watchers, listeners. So that is the thing.
Phil, you have to
come back, and waiting for that. They're also willing to buy your merchandise and these things because they love it, you know, and they love to.
And you have to create somehow a merchandise which is pleasing, you know. I mean, if you create merchandise which looks like shit, and not everyone is as well creative on the computer, and you know, so that's quite tricky as well. And then you have to ask a designer. And even if you go to Fiverr, you have to pay money for this and that, you know. I mean, it is nowadays. Being creative is luck. I mean, if you're creative, you're lucky to be alive, and you're lucky for not getting depressed. That's like I see that, you know, because it still helps. And I mean, I don't know if I don't mind actually if I'm not getting rich with my artwork, but I would like to have sometimes the money to replace my teeth.
This is we are like that. Look at me. But if I would get a little bit more money than I have now, the first thing I would do, I would put it in my little studio, you know, to repair my instruments, to go on, not to buy me, I don't know, new shoes or whatever. No, the money goes directly in.
Here, I just bought that here.
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yes.
And this is a mobile 12-track studio.
Wow. Great.
With a touchpad over here.
Yeah. Super.
And still with here 6 XLR on top. This here I can change, you know.
Yeah.
And put 4 more XLR things on it if I want. I can use that as field recorder, you know. And
Yes,
like I say,
great.
here already is on all the stuff over here, and I mean, I have it. Just look here, and three different. No, you can see
Yeah.
three different interfaces for field music and podcast.
Great.
It is great, but I mean, it was $400, you know. So I'm not getting away. I'm not getting out. I mean, I'm not getting pubs at all. So
No.
all the money gets into.
That's what I'm talking about. I do the same. It goes directly back into what I'm doing, you know.
So we still somehow we can consider us to the elite of creative people that we still can buy technology, you know. So that is, and we still don't starve. So that's
look. And for me, for example, it was, and it still is. No, now I'm sitting here at home making music at home. I have my programs, my stuff, la la la, everything connected, so and so. Do you know how many hours I spent to learn how works this fucking program, how works this equalizer, how works this and that, and blah blah blah. These are hours nobody can imagine. You know?
I mean, look. The payment for a visual artist is normally €40 an hour. Especially in my age, was my €50 an hour. So if people asking me, so what do you charge? I say €50. They start to swallow, you know. So
I said, what for this?
Fuck it.
I have to let the cat in.
Yeah. Who let the cat in? You.
Yes, poor her.
Phil, I would say, I mean, we're not gonna do a song today. We're gonna do the song on next Sunday, because we still have one more podcast, and this talk is
very good,
for me as well, very intense.
Yes,
and we're gonna do one song at the end of the next podcast. Next Sunday. And we're gonna talk in the third part next Sunday about Phil's decision to move away from Spain, and why, and what, and so on.
Yes,
which fits.
I'm looking forward to that.
Which fits
because
as well.
This is about the future. This is what is going to happen.
which is nice. I mean, the now is nice as well. But yeah, I'm looking forward to hear more about that, about your projects, and we're still not 6 feet under, so there's still a lot to do and a lot to achieve, and so let's just tell the people again where they can get you on Spotify and
it's just when you put a name well written in your whatever, just even if you just Google my name, you will find me.
Phil Woff with double L.
Double F.
WOLFF.
Two F. Phil, like Phil Collins, and Wolff, like Wolf, but with 2 F.
Or philanthrop.
Something like that. Everywhere, Spotify, and 100,000 things. YouTube, blah blah blah. Facebook,
cool.
everywhere.
And if you guys, if you want to support the podcast, I started now as well a web shop with collectors units like Max special ArTEEtude podcast collectors Max for I think €16. It is not so cheap, but I don't make a big margin, you know. So and I restrict them to 1,000. So I'm looking after that. If 1,000 of these Max are sold, I stop to sell them. So it is somehow it isn't collector's edition. So
this is a good thing.
I'm looking forward to create more of them as well. I'm looking forward to combine. I like the idea to combine merchandising and art, you know, because look, these
two things always have been gone together, you know.
But we all have to learn that, you know. That's the thing, and we're not businessmen, so that's the bloody fucking thing. So Phil, thank you very much for this talk.
Thank you for having me there.
Yeah, and we see us.
Looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, next Sunday. Take care.
Yes, take care.
Bye.
Bye.
You have listened to ArTEEtude, West Cork's first art, fashion and design podcast. ArTEEtude, never so close again. That was too close.